My friends, we as a congregation have been very fortunate over the years to have wonderful rabbinic interns who've served as part of our congregation, have been teachers in our congregation, and been a presence within the community. This year is absolutely no different. We are blessed to have two wonderful rabbinic interns. Marc Blatt is our rabbinic intern who's been teaching here as part of Adat and part of the teaching staff for 3 years now. He's been our intern the past year or so and has been a wonderful presence for us. And it is a pleasure both to have him on the bema this morning, but also to be able to have his wife, Rachel, and their daughters as part of the congregation as well this Shabbat service. So Marc, turn it over to you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Take a moment and look around the room at each other. Just, if you need to get up and turn around, you can do that too. What's the first thing you notice about the other? Interactive. What's the first thing? The smile. Okay, what else? Thank you. What else do you notice about each other? Warmth, okay. All of these things can be found in our faces. Often, in the hustle and bustle of the week, we neglect those most important things about each other. And today, Shabbat, is the ideal time to take a moment and focus on each other, focus on the things that we miss and are too rushed to notice. This week's Parsha does something actually very interesting with faces. In the opening of the Parsha, as we've been introduced, we have Jacob preparing for his reunion with his estranged brother Esau. 2 weeks ago in Parashat Toldot, Jacob tricked his father Isaac into thinking that Jacob was Esau, and thus stealing the blessing that was meant for him. Needless to say, Jacob is anxious, fearful about his reunion, as Esau vowed to kill him the last time they met. The night before the meeting, Jacob is left alone in his camp, and a man, wrestled with him until dawnbreak. They go back and forth until Jacob restrains him. And as dawn is about to break, Jacob's opponent begs to be let free. Jacob agrees only if the stranger would bless him first. And after the episode concludes, Jacob names the place of this epic match Peniel, which is a play on words. For the name of the place translates as, this is the place where he came face to face, panim al panim, with an angel or God. The rabbis ask, who is this stranger coming to him in the middle of the night? One midrash, a rabbinic story, says it's a brigand, a man looking to rob him. Rambam, in his Mishnah Torah, says that it's not really a man, it's a metaphor for the internal struggle that Jacob has. He dreams the whole thing. But there's another midrash which I wish to focus on. In Breshit Rabbah, Genesis Rabbah, a collection of midrashims, the rabbis say it's an angel, specifically Esau's guardian angel. Jacob is wrestling all night with the angel whose sole purpose is to protect his brother. If anything, at least according to the logic of the midrash, it is Jacob who is the threat to his brother, not the other way around. Perhaps, in fact, the angel succeeds in his mission, for Jacob is injured, wrenching his hip during the match. He continues on to his meeting, limping as he goes. He sees that his brother has brought his warriors with him, and so he runs to the front of the caravan and prostrates himself before them, bowing 7 times on his hands and knees. His brother comes up, picks him up, and embraces and kisses him. Jacob, relieved, offers his brothers gifts, to which Esau refuses. I have so much, why do I need yours? Jacob insists, saying, I have seen your face, and it is like seeing the face of an angel. The rabbis take this to mean that Jacob did not recognize the angel that night, but when he saw his brother, he recognized him, for they both shared the same face. It was as if the angel and Esau shared the same face. Sorry. This is why scripts are so constraining. Faces are important. We receive so much information from each other when we look in their face. There is the "don't mess with me" face, as well as the "go ahead, lay your troubles on me" look. Recognition of these emotions are hardwired into us. Rapid facial mimicry, or RFM, is a phenomenon where infants can instantly mimic their mother's facial expressions and even take on the emotion that's being mimicked. As Cicero said, the face is the picture of the mind, with the eyes as the interpreter. As Michael Shara says through his character Chamberlain, you look into the eyes and there is man. There is the divine spark. The divine spark, I posit, doesn't reside here in our soul, but resides here in our face, in our eyes. It's that twinkle, it's that warmth, it's that thing that makes us human. Shammai of Hillel and Shammai fame says in Pirkei Avot, chapter 1, Mishnah 15, receive everyone with a cheerful face. That's a hard task to do in especially individualized society that we live in today. When I lived in New York City, the epitome of toughness, exterior toughness, I would ride the subway, and I would try to follow Shammai's dictum. I would make eye contact with every person, and ever so briefly, flash them a quick smile. People often gave me the New York annoyed look, which is, typical. But every so often, especially with little children, I would get a smile back. It broke down those barriers between us. They became not an it that was just in my way, but another person, another holy container of the divine. Sartre writes, perhaps it is impossible to understand one's own face. People who live in society have learned how to see themselves in mirrors as they appear to their friends. Take a moment and think about the face that you offer to the world. Are you reflecting the divine image that is inherent in each of us? My challenge this Shabbat to you is to contemplate your own face, not in what wrinkles you have or whether or not to shave or what makeup to wear, but instead focus on the message that you wish to broadcast to the world. Shabbat Shalom.